Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kennedy and this is my channel, Kennedy Creates. I'm back and it is Flosstube number 11. So, quick life update. I actually just got back from a school East Coast trip with for my school. My school does 7th and 8th grade every other year. So since I'm in 8th grade, I went with 7th graders this year. And yeah, so we went for the whole week, and yeah, so I didn't get hardly any stitching done, but in DC we went to Lincoln Memorial, the Capitol, the White House, not like in the White House, just outside of it. What else? We went to the Jefferson Memorial, Mount Vernon. Jeez, let's see what else. I can't think. Oh, and Arlington Cemetery. And then, so we were there for in DC for a couple of days, and then went to Pennsylvania for the last couple of days, and then flew home from Pennsylvania, but our flight got delayed. So we were on the plane coming home, and then we were all sitting down, and then they were like, oh, your flight is getting delayed. I think it was 2 hours. So we got off the plane, waited 2 hours, and then got back on. So I got home on, Sunday at 1 a.m. And I tried to get as much stitching as I possibly could. But yeah, so that's what happened last week. And yeah, so that is all that I did. And for my favorite item of the week, I have these Omnigrid scissors from Fat Quarter Shop, and I was trying to think of something cross stitch related, and I was like, I've done needles before, and I really love these scissors. I use them for like almost every single one of my projects, and they're so nice. Yeah, they're great, and they're Omnigrid 4-inch needlework scissors from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'll put the link in the description box below. Yeah, so I really like these. If you're trying to find new scissors or want new scissors, yeah, you should try these out. But yeah, I use them for like a lot of my projects. And I also have seasonal scissors too, so like I'll use Christmas ones, but these I use for a lot of my projects. And so let's move on to my whips. So let's see here. Okay, so I have the first one, find the pattern, Patriotic Jar Full, by Stitching with the Housewives, Tier Trade Tidbit. Oh geez, we got floss everywhere. Yeah, so I worked on the, second jar, and then started a little bit on the flag up there. And then, yeah. For this one, I really liked how the blues, I think I said this in the last video, but I really liked how the blues turning out because I did Weeks Dye Works dungarees for that one. So that is that one. Then I have, let me do this the other 4th of July one I'm working on. Happy 4th by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Katie, one of Katie's monthly minis. And this one I'm almost finished with, but I probably could have finished it, but just with me being gone and didn't have a lot of time. I only did these 2 stars, and then, so all I have to do is the flag right here in the middle. So what I am planning to do, because this of in white is so hard to see, well, you can see it on the camera better than I can see it, but it is there, and I'm thinking of putting like, either trying to do thinking of doing some shadowing with gray or like a light gray, or either taking it completely out and writing of in like gray. But yeah, I was thinking You can kind of see it better on camera for some reason, but when I look at it downwards, it's really hard to see. So that's Happy 4th of July by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Yeah. And this is the one that I did in Color and Cotton floss. And those two, I'm already thinking, I have fabric purchase that I got when I was during spring break, and I found some cute star and some cute patriotic fabric, so I'm excited to finish those, and I'm already planning on how I'm gonna fully finish those. Yeah. And then my last whip is, this one is a mess. Spring Street has so many colors, and I just keep throwing floss in there. I don't wind it up or anything, but I need to like figure out a way to like keep all my floss organized. I have like those little white things that I need to start like winding them up instead of keeping them like this. But yeah. So the only part that I did on this, because it was on my East Coast trip, was the door. And then I did do the window on top, and then the window on the right side of the door. But it's just white, so it's pretty hard to see. And there's the full thing. But yeah. So just the door and the cute little wreath, and then the windows on the top and then the bottom. Okay. Let me move on to, now I'm gonna move on to questions. Oh boy, almost FaceTime someone on my laptop. I have the questions written down in my notes here. Okay, so my first question is from Karen R. Do you do any other crafts? So I think I've said that I do sew and I do some crochet, and I have been getting a couple of comments saying that you'd like to see my crochet, but what I do is I don't really crochet in like the spring and winter, in summer, not winter. I normally start crocheting in like fall and winter because I don't like working with yarn. I don't know, I just don't like working on it in spring and summer. So I mainly do that in the winter time. But yeah, and I also like craft related. I do have a Cricut machine, so I do make Starbucks cups, make stickers, and I'm trying to get the supplies to make this this blanket that I'm gonna like use like vinyl, like velvet vinyl, to put rainbows all over the blanket. So I'm trying to get the supplies for that to make soon. And yeah, I do scrapbook. I also scrapbook. I started scrapbooking in 2018, so that so I did that. I still scrapbook today, and yeah, but mainly cross stitch is like the craft that I do because it's so easy to like take around it, take to different places, and yeah, and it's a lot of fun to just pick up and use needle and thread, and yeah. So yeah, that is what I also sew, like I said, doing quilts, and then I've made like pillowcases, scrunchies, tote bags, yeah, so that is what I sew. And then Elizabeth K, how do you do conversions, and is it very hard to do? So what I do is, so for like this one, for Happy 4th, all I did was like, okay, so I need a red and a blue, white, and a yellow. And I wanted to do it in Color and Cotton. So what I did was I just found a blue, red, and a white and a yellow that I liked in Color and Cotton colors, and then just pulled them out because, yeah. Some people, you can also get like if you want to translate DMC or like change DMC, you can get like the DMC book that shows you all the different colors and then like switch them up and stuff. But for like, but for this one, all I did was like, okay, so I want to find a different red that I like, or a different blue, or a different green, and that's what I was just looking through DMC, because I have like me and my mom, we have like these buckets in our sewing room full of DMC floss, so I kind of was just going through that and be like, oh, I like this red, and I like this blue with it, so that's basically all I did for that. Yeah, so for me, it's kind of fun to do because sometimes I want to do more muted, or maybe I want to do brighter or something, and I like to switch them up a little bit. To me, it's not that hard to do. I just do what I like and get creative with it and start pulling stuff, and then if I don't like it, then I take it out or switch it or something like that. So if you never really like the colors, I would recommend switching them because it is kind of fun to do your own colors. And then Lorraine W., who taught you and how long have you been stitching? So my Bobby that was on Flosstube, was that 8? No. Yeah, I think it was, Flosstube number 8. She was my special guest, and she's the one that taught me to stitch. And she had tried to get me to stitch earlier on when I was like 8 maybe, and I just wasn't really into it. And then I saw my mom and her working on one, and I was like, oh, that's kind of, when I was 11, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. And she was like, do you want me to teach you? And I was like, yeah. And then I started on the exact same one they were both doing, Mistletoe Lane. It was a stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop, and I did start that one. When I was 11, she taught me in July. And yeah, so I've been stitching for, I don't even remember what year. I think it's in my Flosstube number 8. What year was that? Oh man, I don't even remember. It was either 2019 or maybe it was 2020. So yeah, like 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I think it was in 2020, but not totally sure. Okay, and then Patricia what count do you stitch on? I stitch on 14 count Ada, and I just get that from Hobby Lobby. I have tried, because my Bobby stitches on like 28 or 32, and I have tried that before, but I just do 14 count Ada, and I like it, so just keep doing that. I've thought about doing like 16 before, but haven't really like started on a project on a different count other than 14. And then Mimi F asked, do you stitch on 14 count? Yes, I do stitch on 14 count Ada. So that is all the questions I had in the comments. So yeah, I think that is all I have to show. I'm going to get more stitching done this week because I won't be on the other side of the country this week, and yeah, so I'll get some stitching done, and I'm planning on already thinking about how I'm going to finish the 2 4th of July ones. And don't worry, I'll still work on Spring Street. And yeah, so I think that is all for this video. Thank you for all the comments, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I hope you all keep stopping by and watching my floss tubes. So I hope you all have a great week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!